Hello, welcome. My name is Newton Campos. I'm a professor of entrepreneurship at IU University, and I'm really happy to be here with you guys to talk about climate finance with two experts. We just had an event earlier on this morning, and I'm happy to be here with them to somehow summarize what we have been discussing the whole morning today with you. So we have Felipe Salgado from KPMG and Professor Luis Maldonado from IE University. And so I'll start, exchanging some information with them and share with you guys. Starting with Luis, that came all the way from Europe. Could you somehow, for us, summarize a bit of what you've been seeing around the world with respect to climate finance?
Yeah, absolutely. And we were discussing this morning, and probably there's no single other item that has gone so fast and so high into the agenda of companies and different stakeholders. So we've been seeing how this has become an element that is quite strategic, both for the corporate sector and for the financial sector. And we have moved to a context where companies are really taking care of all the stakeholders involved in this climate finance agenda, both investors, clients, employees, and definitely the regulator as well. So I would say this is really a topic that has become a main element of strategic importance for companies and for the financial sector.
Yeah. Thank you. Felipe, and regarding Brazil, what are the challenges that we are noticing here?
Yeah, we have several challenges. First of all, we are still discussing the taxonomy or the green taxonomy here in Brazil to identify which type of investments are the ones that we are gonna include in this type of instrument. So this is a huge challenge. Europe has already discussed this and defined the taxonomy there, but we are still in progress with this discussion here in Brazil. Also, what we discussed today is that we have several instruments available in the market, but we are still seeing a mismatch between these instruments and the companies or the ones that are needing or looking for this type of investment. So I would point these two challenges here in Brazil.
And I would like really to underline the importance of those taxonomies. Mm-hmm. Really, it's a dictionary that we have enabled ourselves, and definitely Europe was a pioneer on that, on defining what is green, what is not. Mm-hmm. And really it's very important that now those developments are being done with a quite consistent view to maintain a big consistency across different countries. Exactly. Brazil is definitely doing a great job. Yeah. Other countries have gone ahead in Latin America, like Colombia or Mexico, but definitely that's a really important work. Yeah.
It's important to if possible, when possible, to take apart the political side on this discussion and include only the technical ones to see to have a really useful definition. So this is especially in the context of the Brazilian context, this is a challenge.
Yeah, definitely. I've perceived that there is a kind of a growing sense of urgency in moving forward with this agenda around the world today. And one, I think, question that we could explore is what are the risks or opportunities as well? Risks usually come with opportunities that you've been seeing around the world with regard to this topic.
Yeah, climate change is bringing both challenges and opportunities. It is a big challenge in the sense that it is bringing a whole transformation of our industrial production that will enable for investment in very important sectors: renewable energy, smart cities, smart construction, transportation, and so on. So definitely is bringing a huge amount of investment. But at the same time, climate risk has to be borne, and especially, for example, financial institutions and other players need to be aware of those risks and be transparent with the market on the disclosure and on the mitigation of those risks. So both there's risks and opportunities entail when we think about climate change and climate finance. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, and one interesting point that we discussed during our event was connected or related to the risk when we talk about financing the supply chain of big companies. So it's easier to analyze or to measure risk when we talk about big companies, but when we go through the supply chain and we need to finance the decarbonization through the supply chain, this risk will increase, right? As we're talking about smaller companies with a lower governance structure, so the risk has increased, and then you need to have financial instruments that accept or tolerate more risks in order to provide this financing. I think we are moving, as you mentioned, we are moving in the right direction. We had the opportunity to see important numbers and data regarding the progress that this type of investments are achieving in the world, but the current situation is still less than 3% of the global investment. So we're in the right direction, but we need to speed up. This is the point. For me, this is the main key takeaway of our discussion. We need to speed up in order to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and talking about that, I mean, we have the financial instruments. We have already developed very important markets, bond markets, thematic markets, starting by green bonds and many others asset classes. But actually, there's a big challenge on mobilizing resources. And for that respect, both the role of multilateral financial institutions and banks and the banking sector at large are really crucial, but also the public sector. So we need the involvement of all the agents in order to mobilize the huge amount of resources that complying with Paris Agreement and some of the other climate-related commitments that we have ourselves committed to. Yeah, absolutely.
There are a large number of stakeholders, right, in this formula. So I've noticed that perhaps people in general in markets around the world, and obviously here in Brazil, have to somehow catch up, right? And you guys talked about speeding up. You emphasized that perhaps we found the direction, but we still need to go faster. I wondered if people should, especially investors that are not yet aware of all these wave of opportunities and challenges that are coming, how can we help them as professionals, as professors, as citizens, to make people more aware of this the situation we are, and how can we speed up towards the goal? Right?
Well, I think the awareness around climate change and climate finance is one of the things that has moved the fastest that I have seen in any other topic. So I would say the awareness stage is quite advanced. I think we need to move to action. And in order to do that, we definitely need tools. We definitely need, for example, capacity building, and we need that some of the main players that have to do that are really capable of developing some of the technical aspects that require moving on that direction. I think, of course, awareness is important, but I think we've done so far a great effort in that direction, and we need to move hands-on the more possible. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's very well aligned with the key message from COP28 in Dubai. Like, we need to move to the action phase. It's not we are not at that moment for commitments or targets. We already know that we need to be net zero by 2050, for instance, but we need to show and to show to the market how we are gonna achieve this, and present the transition plans and show where the money will come from to finance this type of transition plan. So I think it's a combination of speeding up and presenting reports with metrics or KPIs and a governance behind the plan. So this is important, more than just say, okay, I want to be net zero. This will not change the situation. We need to present concrete actions and show me the money, right? This is the main point.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing. I don't know if you have any other perhaps message that caught your attention during the event that perhaps it's nice to share with our audience.
Yeah, maybe ending with a positive tone to that. I feel the road with advance is an important one. If we look at when this really started to speed up, it was 2015, right? So since that moment where the SDGs were launched and the Paris Agreement was launched as well, definitely we've moved significantly ahead. And I would definitely stay with that positive element. Today we see citizenship demanding that, we see investors demanding that, we see even people when working in a company demanding the company in the job interview, how are the climate policy or the sustainability policies within the company? We care about that, and I feel that I would end up with this positive tone to the topic. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I agree. I strongly agree with Professor Maldonado, and my perception was most based on our audience during the event. Like, we had several clients there with a lot of interactions, questions about the topic or presenting ideas. So we're seeing a moment in the market that the agenda of climate finance is really important, and it's something that companies are opening to discuss. So I would agree 100% with Professor Maldonado that we are in the right directions, in the right moment, and with a collective effort, we are gonna achieve
momentum. Yeah,
a good momentum. Exactly,
yeah.
That's the point.
We just need to speed up.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the challenge.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you guys for being here with us, and let's keep the conversation going on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.